Welcome to Cat the Minion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. This is going to be a week overview for... Oh, these are the same color. For May 2nd to May 8th. I haven't looked at what's going on, where the planets are going to be during that time. Although I'm pretty sure that Saturn and Jupiter are still in Aquarius because it's only been a couple of months. And Neptune should still be in Pisces, and Pluto should still be in Capricorn as far as I know. Everybody else, I'm not quite sure where they're at. Alright, so I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. Mine is modified, so the back is different now. And I've got the Dreams of Gaia Tarot here. And I've got my phrase deck that I made. So I would open a random page on a few dozen books and magazines and manuals and shit I had hanging around, and randomly open to a page, paraphrased, although there's a couple that are direct quotes, but most of them are paraphrased. And I've got the page numbers written down on the card. So there's that, and the Morgan Greer, and the Dreams of Gaia. So the 2nd is a Sunday, so we're going to start with that. Still surprised that these are the same color. I mean, they're from the same set of stuff, but it's unusual. Sunday, Sun energy, masculine energy. 2nd, what have we got here? Usually there's one of each card per slot, but I've got a bunch of doubles here. I'm not sure what you're getting at. Math is hard, in parentheses, potentially. 177. So we have the Magician, so there's the 1. Is that in the frame? Over here. And the Seneschal, which is the Knight of Pentacles. The Seneschal inverted. So a Knight inverted can tell me the Hanged Man, which does bring up Neptunian energy, Piscean energy. But the Knight of Pentacles typically Cancer and Virgo. Okay. The Seneschal is like the bodyguard for the King and the Queen. I feel like this is indicating that this Knight of Pentacles is trying to, like, look around behind the universe's back with magic to try to, like, get a one-up. But I want to clarify to see what's going on here, probably because I'm not sure what it's getting at. The Ace of Pentacles inverted, and the 10 of Pentacles. Did I hold those up? 10 of Pentacles. I was going to say this is giving me that Virgo energy again, but it is. It's Mercury in Virgo. Mercury is the ruler. And the Ace of Pentacles, the green dragon. I feel like this is someone coming out to their family that they're trans, and they're having a hard time explaining it to their parents or whatever. Like somebody's intentionally playing dumb to make it more difficult, or they're just so out of left field that they're not quite getting it. Like the parents or a family just like ignored the person's character so much that they're like, what? What are you talking about? Queen of Swords. Three of Wands in the challenge position. This is usually like looking towards the future. So I see a 13, transformation, transition, rebirth, with the future being a challenge, but total number is 16, the Tower. I also sense there's an aspect of maturing. Because if I seeing the Virgo energy inverted, it's like immaturity, but it's popping up here upright. It's like this idea of magically growing up. But look, she's got a baby dragon, but it's not the big dragon. It's like I'm not maturing in this gender, I'm maturing in this gender. Now, if this same energy, if someone's seeing this who isn't going through a trans journey, you have to remember that your inner child has a masculine and a feminine side, and your ego has a masculine and a feminine side. And as an adult avatar of your soul, you have a masculine and a feminine side. And this could be indicating that the feminine energy is favored in terms of rescuing or healing the inner child, but the masculine energy isn't. What protects the king and the queen? A unification of adult strength and this sort of healed inner child, but that's not happening here. Queen of Swords energy. Virgo and Libra. So again, this inner child, but here balancing, and it's coming out with feminine energy again. The Magician is masculine energy. Three of Wands is the Sun in Aries, which is doubly masculine energy. There's a solar center activation here. Again, it's like I'm not sure what you're getting at. Ultimately, what needs to be realized here is a balance of masculine and feminine energy. Or in the case of someone who's trans and is struggling to come out and be mature in their gender of choice, right? I feel like I'm being treated like a child when I want to be who I am, and I'm being repressed in some way. So there's an aspect of it's like I'm having trouble manifesting, I'm having trouble realizing something, in the material world. There's like a lack of primary protection. But it's like this more feminine energy holds the truth and justice at a slightly low vibration, right? Because the justice should be in major arcana, but it's not. But this masculine energy is coming in with this magician as like a force of change, a force of like, I don't have time to wait for some kind of dramatic universal timing. I have to manifest this right now. A Knight of Pentacles inverted could mean something that's happening faster, but it's like this lack of clarity, even though it's like being slightly out of tune with the universe in terms of co-creating and having confusion, which is creating like minor blockages that ends up with someone kind of going around in a circle. So it looks like May 2nd is trying to bring some kind of balance and illumination to that problem. Okay, that was long and intense. So I don't know if that's making things better or worse for anybody, but that's the energy that's being pulled out for review and recognition, and it's like the homework for today. Let's look at 3. May 3rd, Monday moon energy. So we have a double here. Are they poisonous? 187. You know more than you let on, or you know more than they do. 403. So that's 4 Emperor, 3 Empress with a 0 for the Fool in the middle. 187 makes me think of Demolition Man, Murder, Death, Kill, 187. Six of Wands inverted. So typically the victory card. I'm getting like playing dumb. Oh, this is the same color. Matchy matchy. Another 6. The 6 of Swords. Okay. So normally the 6 of Swords is somebody like rowing away on a boat. It's usually masculine rowing the boat with a feminine in the boat, sometimes a child. This is a person that's unified, at least on a lower like they're on a lower vibration, but they're still unified. This is a low vibration of the Lovers at a 6, right? Light and the dark, the masculine and the feminine joining together. We have a temporary balance here. Are they poisonous? No victory. Famous. Jupiter in Leo and Mercury in Aquarius. Oh. This is sort of like last time I saw you, we were at odds with each other. And now it's sort of once bitten, twice shy. Like, if I see you again, like I recognize you from last time, are you still gonna end up hurting me? More than you let on, and you know more than they do. Okay, I need to clarify what's known. What is this balanced being know? Page. This is going to be a long-ass reading if this is going to be obscure like this. I think what's happening is that there's a lot of timeline shifting that's happening, especially in the week before this. So when I'm reading ahead a few weeks, this timeline isn't solid and it's not yielding information very clearly. Page of Rods, Seven of Rods, and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, what's going on here? All the single ladies. Crown energy. Okay, crown energy. Oh. It's like, I'd rather be single than let someone in for a one-night stand. Because this kind of behavior left me feeling defeated in the past. Either energetically, or there was like a relationship that was trying to be started, but somebody vetoed it. And it's taken this person a lot of energy to come into a sort of balance at this, coming out of this lower vibration. So in your presentation to reality, you're like, they might be like, oh, you're alone, huh? And you're like, do you know how hard I worked to not always need somebody else all the time? There's this whole like struggle of light and dark, like the battle of good and evil happening behind just trying to be okay on your own. You don't need some knight in shining armor because, you know, they might look fancy on the outside, but is this some kind of Trojan horse? Is it, you know, are you gonna be out here looking for the bigger, better deal? So there's an aspect here about, first of all, this sort of integrity, right? I'm integrating myself. I have integration. I have personal integrity. It's not to say I don't never trust anyone again. It's like, if I'm having a repeater lesson with someone else specifically, or with a similar energy pattern, I don't want to do the same thing over and over again because it took me so long to get to a stable position where I felt like I was healing. So it's there's a little bit more than meets the eye in terms of integration and then what it means to deal with other people. Moon energy. Alright, so let's look at Tuesday, the 4th of... May the 4th be with you. Martian energy. So I have a double here with these cards. Is that the king? Lead the way. Enhance calm, they're coming out. The cat emerges from the bag. Huh. So we have a king in hiding. Oh, it's like Groundhog Day kind of energy. 78 breaking down to 15, and then 354 breaking down to 12, which breaks down to 3, and this breaks down to 6. I see that as 612, like a doubling. I think this is in the challenge position, the Emperor. So there's that king again. Lead the way. Okay, the King of Fire. I'm going to say that this is going to be in the challenge position too. King of Wands and the Emperor. So what we have here is somebody, a masculine energy who and we have Aries energy here. It's all Aries, it's all fire. There's like 2 different vibrations of this Emperor energy. Masculine energy has been in hiding. You know, if you're in a relationship with somebody, the masculine energy, and they've been at a low vibration, they haven't been taking any kind of command, they've been sort of more my way or the highway, or more ready to butt heads than to have any kind of discourse. It's coming into this energy of this masculine energy is leveling up, and it's kind of like he's, in some way, this masculine energy is being outed. And not necessarily going back to Sunday when I was picking up that trans energy, it's the universe is saying, hey, you've been out here in hermit mode, you know you've leveled up, you don't get to put on your golden fire armor that you just earned from completing this, beating this boss. You don't get to wear the armor and sit around in the cave anymore. As soon as you put that armor on, you're out in the daylight, buddy. You know, you're the one reading with the manual now. Like, you got the keys, now go get in that friggin' chariot. So it's masculine energy isn't allowed to really just like simmer on the pot anymore. It's like you've matured, your energy's heating up, and there's this sort of like, hey, what it smells like food over there, what's cooking? It's like this masculine energy is, it's like the shadow work, the inner child healing, the ego resolution and all that. It's like, hey, there's something going on over here, let's go see what's happening. And then it's like all of a sudden this like fiery golden masculine energy just kind of levels up and pops out of this cave, and it's like, damn son, what the hell. So that's what's going on there on the 4th. Number 4 is the Emperor number to begin with, and 5 is a shift or a pivot, May energy. So the whole month shifting and pivoting. And also 14 breaks down to 5. Alright. So let's look at Wednesday. Woden's Day. Mercurial energy. Number 5. So we have 5-5. Double shift, double pivot, and I also have a double here. A mansion made of bits of miscellany. Number 9. 47, I'm crushed by the weight of not feeling good enough. It's like I've built my life piece by piece, but, you know, is my coat of many colors going to get made fun of when I go to school because it's all patchwork? That kind of energy. Oh, my hand doesn't quite fit. Okay. You know, I built it myself. I didn't get it pristine from a factory. I don't know if this is going to be okay. So you have the Fool inverted. There we go. Okay. And the 8 of Pentacles. This is usually the work card. I don't usually see this. This looks like a golden ball. It kind of reminds me of The Princess and the Frog, because in the book that I have, she's playing with a golden ball. Let me see if I've got that book. Hold on. Crunch over here to the bookshelf. See if I can find it. Oh, these aren't in alphabetical order right now, which sucks because they're so old they don't even have the spines on them anymore. Give me the book that I did. Of course not. Piece of shit. I used to have more of these. And there it is. Okay. There we go. I found it. They're all bent too because they're old. Get in here with my chair. Okay. So this card, the 8 of Pentacles in this deck, which I don't remember seeing very often. Dreams of Gaia. Okay, so it reminds me of this. The Princess and the Frog. All right, Lady Bird. Easy reader book. There we go. There she is. She's got a golden ball she's playing with. Let me see if I can get a close-up of it. It's giving me big Virgo. Oh, there it is. Okay, so she's holding it here. It's a little bit of a close golden ball. Okay, I'm crushed by the weight of not feeling good enough. Okay. So this prince is presenting as a frog right now, right? It's like, you don't look like princes normally look like. Ew. Like, no. This energy, the sun in Virgo. In this book, the princess, she's got her golden ball. She's kind of immature. She's spoiled. Emotionally immature. Hasn't had to go through a lot of difficult situations. Kind of helicopter parented, babied, stuff like that. This normally indicates work, right? It's like, I've worked really hard for this, but I feel like it's not going to be enough. And we have the Fool here, inverted, with his truck nuts on his bindle here. And I feel like I want another card. Page of Pentacles. Okay. And the 2 of Swords. I mean, these days are all kind of related. I mean, this looks a lot like the 6 of Swords that came out already on Monday. The Moon in Libra. Try to see from the other point of view. Balance of light and dark, polar opposites. So whoever's in this princess energy is being challenged to do work to see things from someone else's point of view. You know, this... The Fool inverted, having a hard time... Well, actually, the Fool inverted might actually be this princess energy. Doesn't have to be an actual feminine. But this, I don't feel good enough. My stuff's made out of patchwork things. This Page of Pentacles, doing their best, crawling their way up to the court. And then this Princess energy, even though it is at a low vibration. Like, you're not as regal as this frog prince who's worked really hard and is just not feeling good enough. And it's like this page frog prince already assumes that this person's going to look down on them, whereas this person might already just assume that this person isn't trying because they look poor in some way. They're not fancy. They openly talk about emotional and mental health issues, and it's like, ew, I don't want to hear that. So there's an aspect of trying to be in a high position but being low vibration, and struggling to come from a lower place, entering a higher vibration, but having this sort of imposter syndrome, like, well, I don't belong here. Well, you did the work. Your vibration is coming up, but there isn't necessarily confidence. So there's this idea of this polarity of these two opposites that are teetering back and forth, need to have this internal dive into their core to kind of, again, to do work, to start trying to see things from a different perspective. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. This over here. There we go. And those things are old. So we're looking at Thursday, May 6th, 5-6. So we got a progression, Gemini energy on that, and we're still in Sun sign Taurus right now. So we have Jupiter energy. Jupiter should still be in Aquarius at that point. Sagittarian energy. Nurturing, take a week off, 40. All right, so this is coming off of that May 5th energy, with this sort of double shift, double pivot of both sides of a polarity needing to do work. Here, it's like, in order to be able to take on that other perspective, it's saying, you know, nurture yourself, take care of those inner child wounds, do your sword practicing, and it has this 0 on it, the Fool, plus this 4 Emperor number, this like foundational, you know, taking steps into new territory, maybe not leaping off the building. But we also have 40, which is 4 completions. Right, I'm working on it. I'm finishing something. I'm going through these, different stages, right? Like, level 1, level 2, level 3, like white belt, green belt, black belt, or whatever the hell colors they are. Is there a green one? I think there's blue and yellow. I don't know if there's a green belt. So I have a double here. Abundance. So this is 15 in this deck. This is normally where the devil would be. So what is this coming in? This is actually sort of Empress energy here. I'm trying to think if there's another major arcana that holds that energy. Let me think. Oh, it might be a little bit like the Wheel and the Empress mixed together. And the other one here, which apparently is now in the challenge position, is the Page of Cups. Here it's called emotion/intellect. So this here, it was like the emotions, distorted emotions, overriding intellect. Here it's like nurturing yourself, and I did say emotions, I think. It's like baby steps, learning at a new level to balance thoughts and emotions. And this abundance coming in to, it's sort of like the universe responds to you trying to shift your energy and is going to have your back. Let's put it that way. This other card here. Okay, so this was inverted. This is the Seven of Swords. This is the sneaky, tricky, thief kind of energy. We always have these sort of two swords here, which is kind of representative of the Lovers, but in here, it's getting a different perspective. I don't have these swords anymore of mind games, even if it's coming from myself. Right? This is like I'm getting over this imposter syndrome where I feel like I'm not good enough. Because it takes away. If I feel like I'm not allowed to have it because of these tricks that society plays, or this, people keep stabbing at me because, or I tell my ego tells me I suck, then it means I'm not allowed to have this. And then if the universe hears you say I'm not allowed to have this, they're like, okay. So having this in reverse says I'm not doing that anymore. I'm changing my perspective. I'm going deeper emotionally, and now I can say I am allowed to have, I'm allowed to nurture myself, I'm allowed to have resources and things, and the universe will say, oh, you did want some abundance. Okay. And then it comes in. Notice that 15 breaks down to 6. And it's also like luck, right? It's like, oh, I'm so unlucky. I don't deserve anything. I suck. And it's like, you know what? I think I'm okay. I do, like, I'm allowed to have things. What the hell? And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, my luck is increasing. I don't need this, piece of a dead rabbit anymore. Okay, here we go. Is it recording for a second? So we're doing Friday, the 7th of May. This sounds too good to be true. Coming in with a 94, which breaks down to 13, transition, transformation, death cycle, and so on. It's coming off of the energy from the 5th and the 6th. It's like, oh, like if I just tell myself I'm allowed to have stuff, I'll start getting stuff. That's never happened before. That can't be right. If like your whole life is a miserable suck fest, you get paranoid when good things start to happen to you. You wait for that other shoe to drop. This is like, this can't be right. Well, it can be, but you have to, that ego of lack has to die, basically. So you have knowledge inverted. Hermione there with the book. This is in place of where the hermit would normally be. This is knowledge, number 9. Now what's interesting, there is a card in here that's like the hermit, but it's a different number. But this is like, it's kind of like the fool and the hermit mixed together. It's coming in with, for me, still Virgo energy, because it's a very young person. It could also be mercurial. Mercury is a youth as well. But it's inverted. So it could either be inner knowledge, or it's like, I didn't come in with the knowledge that this was okay, and that's why I don't trust it. To my knowledge, this has never worked before, so why should I believe it now? The ego is saying, like, you don't know that, though. Like, you don't know that. And then we have the world. 21. Saturnian energy. It's like, if you open yourself up to it, the world can be your oyster. And that kind of sounds like blowing smoke up your ass. But I mean, kind of. The whole world shifts when you allow your ego to heal or dissolve or transform. The death cycle. But this, it has to do with time shifts, it has to do with portals, it has to do with the age of Aquarius and all that other shit. But I want to get another card for this slot. 7 indicates movement, the Chariot. Should be a third of this. Clarify the world. Ace of Cups. Okay. So I'm looking at an emotional chain reaction. A lot of this, I'm not allowed to have this, this never works for me. The ego of lack compares you to other people. And what happens is if you take the time to say this previous information that says this, I can't do this because it always hurts me, you're not allowed to have this, imposter syndrome, you suck, why should you even be allowed to have food, or why should you have clothes or shelter, you're not allowed to get medical attention. And it's these sort of like basic physical and emotional needs that end up neglected because it feels like, you know, I see other people with this, but they said they got it for free. That can't be right. But what happens is if you go, your ego gets transformed, you go through this thing and you start slowly, it's like a feral animal, right? It's slowly starts trusting you, you give it food, and maybe after a while you can sort of pat it on the head without getting bitten or scratched. It's like you start to trust that if your energy is geared towards abundance, towards allowing yourself to receive, that the universe will start meeting you. And it takes a while to overcome this ego of lack that beats you over the head and says, no, don't listen to the universe. That's bullshit. And it's this constant struggle to overcome the ego that survives by aggrandizing the trauma. But if you end up working through this and saying, I'm allowed to have my emotional needs fulfilled, I'm allowed to have clothing and shelter and food and medical care, you know, maybe I'm allowed to be comfortable, maybe I can sleep in on a day and get up and relax and not have to do 8 things to survive and then be stressed out. This emotional healing of yourself, not looking over to see what everyone else is doing. If you take care of your emotional needs, it ends up sending out this domino effect. You don't have to kill yourself and make yourself without to try to help 10 other people. It's like their life experience, their life contract to go through struggles. It's like your ego of lack isn't going to heal if you, instead of fixing your issues, you fix other people's issues, and then once they're better, they fuck off, and you're like, God damn it, now, like, why are they doing better and I can't have that? You heal your own shit, and other people will start getting those vibes and do it themselves. Or you'll be in a better position to help other people, or you'll just shift the dynamic and it spreads out over the world, right? Heal yourself, heal the world. Pick up your room, heal the earth. Feed yourself, feed the world. It's not a trickle down, it's a vibrational expansion. So this sounds too good to be true. That's the ego talking. There's movement to be had at hand. All right. Alright, so let's look at, and I'm like, this is where I'm still fighting with my shadow about the too good to be true thing. It's like, why am I not making any income? It's like, bitch, you're abundant. You haven't run out of money in the last year. Like, you might not have earned any money this week, but you got a 40% discount on the thing you bought. That's income. So to say that, you know, and I have to constantly fight this shadow ego that says, you're not doing good enough, you're not making enough, you suck, it's not for you, you're never gonna make it, you should give up. It's like, no, because it's working. I'm having a relationship with the universe now. So I might still be here. But I know that I'm gonna keep trying to work with it because I'm getting the synchronicities. I'm listening to the universe. I'm trying to have my needs met. I'm trying to change the energy. And that's how you just gotta keep doing it. So we got the 8th, May 8th, we have, I'm going to burp here. I think I'm alright. I thought it was going to be one of those like loud pickle burps or something, but I did not eat pickles today. Okay, so the 8th, Saturn energy. I don't want to sell out, 24. The ego. It's like, you've changed, man, you sold out. It's like, taking care of yourself isn't rude to other people. It's an integration. It's healing and so on like that. Selling out would be to drop your vibration and to say, yeah, whatever, just give me stuff until I feel better. So we have 0, choice inverted. This is where the Fool would be, although the energy is more of the choice aspect of the Lover's card. And it's inverted. It's like, if it's like, I'm not gonna say no, I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not making a decision. So we have desire, 20. So this is in place of where judgment would normally be, but I'm reading this as devil energy right now. And then we have the 10 of Cups inverted. Interesting that there's 2 hands like there would be on a 2 of Cups. It's like 10 half of desire, but I see this 0 here, and this is really giving me this like weird half step between the 2 of Cups and the Lovers. It's like you can't divide by 0, but it's like, here it is. And it's like, are you trying to decide on love? Is that what you desire? Because normally selling out is like just taking on like excess in order to look, to appear, or to feel better, when there isn't any emotional or spiritual trappings to it. I want to clarify this desire card. What is the desire card doing here in terms of selling out? Six of Cups inverted. Okay. I want to... It's either I want to overcome my past, or I want things to be like when I was little. Like when the inner child, when you're a kid, like things are supposed to be taken care of, you're supposed to be protected and all this. The Sun in Scorpio inverted. And Aries. No. Pluto in Pisces. Free assigned Pluto in Pisces. Scorpio. Pisces. And what was it on the Sun? But inverted, it's moon energy. Okay, so what's going on here has to do with the subconscious. It's not even necessarily like when I was little. This is talking about a past time. It's like, I don't want to sell out, but I can't make a decision. But it's like, I don't even know what I really want because my emotions are so suppressed. Okay, let me... How much time have I got on here? 6 minutes. Give me some information about the subconscious. Some more information about the subconscious. Oh, my clock's on the goddamn corner. Give me some information about the subconscious. Wow. Okay, root issues here. A new view of reality, awareness of distortions. Emotions pushed into the subconscious, unable to make decisions because of desires where you feel like what you want means you're selling out to some status quo. 3 times around with the Tower. Wow, okay. 271, that breaks down to 10, which is a completion. Both the masculine and the feminine in terms of magic making in order to make movement. It's like I keep trying to get away from dealing with distorted energy. I have a blockage in my root chakra that keeps me from accessing like anything but base desires. And I think I'm selling out if I allow myself anything better than like put a band-aid on it. Don't feel good, have a drink. Don't feel good, have a party. Don't feel good, do some kind of sexy things. It's like, but the issue is that this keeps causing Tower moments. It says 3 times around. It's like, I can't do this again. This 20 numbers comes in with this karma. It's like the buildup of karma is becoming so strong. It says 3 times around. There's 3 gateways here. All right. This is a need to ground your energy, to dredge up the blockage, to release emotional content from the subconscious in order to have this emotional backbone. Is like, I don't care what other people think, whether I'm selling out or not. I need to make the choice that I want. What do I really desire to get off of this karmic racetrack? Okay? So, May 8th, Saturn energy, strong taskmaster, dealing with essentially weakness. I don't feel strong enough. I feel I feel emotionally compromised so much that I'm not even experiencing emotions. So it's addressing this root issue where reality is confusing because of distortions. So grounding and a lot of work. Alright, so if you want to get a personal reading, you can hit me up. The list of readings I have and how much they cost in the description box underneath the video. My cheapest reading is called Help Me, I Can't Afford a Reading. It's 6 cards, it's $9, and it goes up from there. If you'd like to donate, that's PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, Energy Exchange, Tip Jar. You can follow me on social media, and if you'd like to get something for throwing money at me, I've got a couple of coloring books and a dark poetry book. I've got merch and prints and actual art items. A lot of it's going to be psychedelic like this. I got some stuff like this. Drawings, paintings, other stuff, a couple of plushies and so on. There's a coupon code there for Etsy. And if you go through the link tree, it should pop in at the top of the page there. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment.